Let them come to the water without money, without price. You're not recording this. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Father James. I'm going to take a sip of coffee from my music mug. However, I'm not going to be speaking to you about music today. So why I chose this mug, you're going to have to wait until the end to find out, because there is a connection. What do I want to talk to you about today? I want to talk to you about a change in how we're going to be taking up the collection here at St. Peter's Church. Now, I want you to think back, if you're a parishioner, and maybe this also applies to others who are watching, to before the pandemic. See, before the pandemic, it was before I came here as pastor, apparently the collection was taken up by passing a basket like this. In fact, I think this is the very basket. It was one of them, was passed around from person to person. Of course, COVID happened, and not only could we not pass things from person to person, in case we, pass things from person to person, and we didn't even have really people in church anyway. So this was out, and here, as in many places, the collection rather was it was in a central place where we didn't take a collection, people went and made an offering. And in some ways, that would be a wonderful way to do it if we could, if we were ready for it, perhaps, if everyone had a sense of ownership of that. But perhaps we're not there yet. But there is also an importance to the meaning of taking up an offering, taking up a collection, because that collection that is offered is part of our worship. So it's not just a question of, what's the most practical way to collect as much money as we can for the sake, of course, of God's kingdom and the church and paying the bills and all that stuff. So we are now looking at changing, because after COVID kind of went away, we reintroduced collection, but the terms of or conditions the diocese gave was that you still couldn't pass a basket. You had to use a collection basket with handles. And so those of you in the parish may remember this. It's the butterfly net. So this was one of the baskets from one of the churches. It also kind of doubles up as like a French Revolution Jacobin hat. And there was another collection basket. It's the McDonald's large fries basket fryer. And so when it wasn't being used in the kitchen, we used this. This is like industrial strength. This is for like all the coins, that came in. So I'm joking and being silly a little bit, but this was used for the collection. And we want to move away from that, because it's not the easiest way to bring up a collection. And we want to move back to the baskets, which we're going to do. So that's going to be happening on the weekend, I think, of the 21st, 22nd, the fourth Sunday of Advent. But before I explain to you why I chose the music mug, I want to explain to you something else. One of the other reasons why passing a basket or using a collection basket is less relevant is because more and more people are choosing to give automatically. That is, that there's a monthly or bi-monthly payment that comes out of a bank account and goes towards the church. Or people are using electronic methods of giving. There are many different ways to give. And as a result, a lot of people, even when we have the collection, they don't put anything in the collection because, well, they're already giving in a very beautiful and committed way. With that in mind, I want to suggest something. Well, number one, that more of us consider signing up for automated giving. It's how I give. So I got my envelopes just this past weekend, and it's the little small box because it's just the second collections that we have. All my regular giving to the parish goes automatically once a month from my bank account, which is great because sometimes I forget things. It's a great way not to forget. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that, how can I say it? I think sometimes if you didn't know about automated giving, and please take this the right way, if you didn't know that a lot of our parishioners, like close to 50% of our parishioners, give automatically, you would think that hardly anyone gave to this parish at Mass. If you watched what happens at Mass, it's like, if I was visiting and I didn't know, I'd be thinking, wow, like what a bunch of stingy people. Like no one supports this parish. I probably shouldn't have said that, but you know what I mean, because what we do visibly is important. There's an important symbol. See, this is why we have, are you ready for this? This card. It's called collection card. I support our parish with an online gift. Now, you might say, look, Father James, I get no need for this stupid card. Like, I'm not that insecure. I don't care what people think about me. If they think I'm, Scrooge or whatever, it doesn't bother me. I'm secure with that. I know where I am with God. I give generously. I don't really care. Okay, fair enough. I can't argue with that. But here's the thing. What we do matters, and what we do collectively matters. When we do something and people are perceived as doing it, it helps other people to do it. It helps us. If we don't see it, it actually it discourages us. And that's why we have these cards. It's an important symbol that, yeah, I do support my parish. In it goes. I actually do support. And that can encourage other people who may not yet have taken that step, because not everyone has taken the step to financially support the church. And believe me, we don't just function on Hail Marys. Like we need financial support because there are a lot of costs and expenses that need to be covered, and plus we want to be proactive in growing our parish, and so we do need that support. The other thing too is that there's a reason why the collection is brought up with the gifts of bread and wine. It is part of the offering. It's what we offer. It's part of our worship. It's what we give to God. And there's something important about a physical card that goes from your hand into the collection basket and gets brought up before the altar. It's a concrete gesture of that part of our offering, that part of our worship. So, I may not have convinced you, but in the foyer, as you go into church, these cards are there. So please, pick one of these up if you're giving online and use it, because I think it's a really important gesture that will be a benefit to you and benefit to all of us. So, cards and baskets. And finally, why did I choose this mug? Well, quick funny story. As you know, we speak about giving once a year. In the Easter season, we do a 3-week series. And I remember it's happened to me a couple of times when, after giving a homily on giving, the hymn at the offertory during the collection was "Come to the Water," which includes lines such as, "Without money, without cost, why should you pay the price?" Anyway, I thought that's kind of funny. And that's why I chose this mug. God bless everyone. Take care.